Hey guys, I'm Teresa.
And I'm Ronnie.
And we're the Traveling Gilberts.
Traveling Gilberts.
We are going to give you part 2 of our Royal versus Carnival opinion. Again, any day you cruise is a good day, so don't think that we disliked either of the ships. I mean, we love them both.
Oh yeah, we're nitpicking if anything.
Yeah.
I mean, we enjoyed the last cruise just as much as we have any of them. I mean,
yeah, I had a really good time on the Royal cruise. I did.
Yeah.
And it was a different pace. It was a change of scenery. It was
change of crowd.
People.
Yeah.
So anyway, we enjoyed them both. I mean, we've only done Carnival before, and I've been on what? How many? 7, 8? I don't remember. Yeah. But so this was our first Royal experience. So I would like to go on a bigger ship with Royal so we can do a comparison that way too. But anyway, this is our comparison of those two.
Alright, but as last we left, we were leaving the piano bar. So what did you think about the overall bar experience? I know we talked about the schooner bar was really packed because of the piano bar, but we also had Bolero's, which was a very big bar.
Big unused bar.
Right. It was
huge. It was huge. The seating was so comfortable in there. I mean, it had like lounge chairs almost, and big open space. It had like a huge area, like it could be a dance floor or a band or whatever, and they hardly used it at all. I didn't understand the thinking behind that.
They did one thing of trivia in there that I know of. The rest of them were in that little bitty small
schooner bar, which was close to the casino. So I don't know if that's what they're thinking. I have no idea. It was just an unused space on the ship for sure. I think that it's a wasted space because it was a great area.
It really was, and it was a big area. I mean, that's where we took our muster at, and it was huge.
Yeah.
But and they had that bar. They had the pool bar, which was right outside the door. But then they had another pool bar at the other end, which I thought was kind of cool.
You really liked the one right outside the door, though. I think you utilized that one the most because it was easy to get to. And of course, now this ship, I mean, Royal's not Carnival. We know this. You know, Carnival's the fun ship, the party ship, and whatever. So I don't know if the ship was full or not, but I don't know that we ever really had a line to wait in for anything, really. I mean,
the only time you saw a crowd was at the piano bar, I think.
Except leaving.
Well, and that's not even get started on that yet. But those were the bars, basically. I mean, you had a place down at the atrium. They didn't have a bar, which I thought was really weird, but they would make drinks over to the side. I thought that was a drink tasting deal, but it wasn't.
It was like a mobile drink station or whatever. But that whole area was just weird.
It really was.
It was just weird. I mean, you could walk down the steps onto the
like a half floor. I ain't never seen a half floor before. Weird. But anyway, the bars. I think the bars were all good. The drinks were good anyway. But there wasn't a lot of them, and of course Bolero's. I think that. It would have been nice to sit in there and do something, but it was just boring. It was always just dead.
Yeah, people would go in there and play games and stuff like that, you know, cards or whatever, just because it was so dead.
Right. And then you had the, what about the shows? We had shows. Overall. Yeah,
the shows were definitely not like Carnival. We did see a comedian or two. Oh my God, one of them was awful.
Yeah,
second one was like
awful. Calling people out for being late. it was bad.
The first one was really good. And then we went to that girl. I don't even remember her name, but she was really good though.
Yeah,
all she did was sing. That's what she does. She's with this troupe or something where they do like current songs and they make them old timey. That was a really, really good show. I actually enjoyed that more.
It's not a comedy show, the singing show.
The singing one, yeah. I enjoyed her more than I do the Carnival shows because I don't really dig the shows. Sorry.
Yeah, we go to them though, just to check them out. But we're not frequent goer. We go like one a ship. But I'm usually like
this about halfway through, so
yeah,
sorry.
Like one a ship maybe, if there's something we really want to see. But yeah, she was pretty good. It was kind of like sitting at a club listening to somebody, you know. It was kind of intimate.
Yeah.
But of course we were on the Super Bowl a cruise, and that was a big deal. I mean, there were people jumping off the wall, watching the game, which we went in there just to see everybody, and yeah, we didn't hang out for that, but the show, the venues, I mean, the seating and the overall of it all. What did you think?
You mean like in the theaters?
Yeah, theaters. I mean, did you think the seats were as good as on a Carnival ship, or comparable, or what?
No, they were uncomfortable to me. I mean, we've already discussed that. You know, I'm a bigger girl, and some of the seats were really the little bucket seats were like that big, and then they had the bench seats, but even for Ronnie, they were super short.
Well, so, the back tilted.
Yeah, and the back, you were like back on.
It was really weird the way it did.
You couldn't sit back. I mean, if you did, you were kind of halfway laying down, and it was just strange.
And then where they had the quest show and the other progressive trivia and the art show was at the other end.
Yeah. Of
the ship, and it was kind of the same thing, but it was basically all bench, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they had some seating too, didn't they? I don't remember, but I think it was mostly bench. But like again, you couldn't lean back. It wasn't a straight back where you could actually lean back.
Yeah, it was also it was almost more comfortable to sit sideways than it was straight.
I did. That's how I sat, feet under my leg and sideways, so I could put my arm on the back of the couch. So anyway, be prepared for that. What else? All
right, what did you think about the other spaces on the ship?
Such
as the shops.
Oh.
Such as the area around the Lido, the pool area and stuff, compared to what we have been
on. I liked the shops. I mean, it was a small ship, so there wasn't a ton, but the shops were easily accessible, and very accommodating. I mean, I liked them. I thought that they did, and they did a lot of, they drug a lot of stuff out into the middle. It was not the atrium.
It really seemed bigger that way. I mean, normally on a Carnival ship, where the shops are is like around the atrium, on like above the atrium, let's say, and you had all the little tables around.
Yeah, they'll bring their little
like
tables, the tables outside that store.
Right, but this one, the way it was, all the shops were here, and it was basically land, let's say floor or whatever, in between the shops, not over the atrium, and then all that was the t-shirts and stuff.
And then they would do different sales and stuff. I got a gorgeous diamond bracelet.
Yeah, and the Mexican vanilla. They had the Mexican vanilla for real cheap, and I bought them 2 big old bottles of that stuff. So that was really cool. And the coffee shop happened to be right there also.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we talked about the coffee shop, but we don't really drink coffee. But they also made Bloody Marys every morning with the shrimp and the beans and all the stuff in it, and celery.
They had donuts and snacks and stuff like that. That was all complimentary too.
All complimentary.
The coffee, I think you had to pay for the coffee.
You had to pay for coffee, and Ben and Jerry's ice cream was there.
Right.
Ben and Jerry's ice cream, because there was no candy store other than the general store. I mean, where you get the rum cakes and stuff like that. You could get a candy bar, but there was nothing like a cherry on top or anything like that. But the shop area I thought was kind of cool, the way they brought all the stuff out. It seemed more variety than it was on Carnival to me.
To me too. To me too. I mean, I went every day, and usually on Carnival I don't. I mean, I will go just kind of browse, but I mean, we bought stuff.
Yeah, it was actually seemed like different stuff. I mean, it was kind of cool. And all right, now what about the Lido area around the pool?
I liked it. I know you kind of like the tier seating on some of the ships. I hate that. I hate it.
Yeah, she doesn't like it. But I like it.
There was, I mean, you could get a chair, no problem. You could get a chair. Again, it was a different crowd, so there wasn't a lot of partying out there all day long.
The only thing, I mean, it was not a very big area. I mean, it wasn't a very big pool. Of course, there wasn't no huge slides like it is because we were on a smaller ship. But
we were able to get in the pool though.
Yeah,
we were by ourselves.
Yeah, and they had a couple of hot tubs. Yeah. We didn't get in those, but we could have probably. And the only thing I think was weird was the ice cream was outside by the pool, not inside. And I think the other thing that was kind of, I had never experienced it before, and that was like I guess it would be the right of the ship, the bottom area by the pool was smoking.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't away from the pool. It was down at the bottom and on the second floor.
There was a lot of smoking.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I don't know if I liked it or didn't like it. I've never experienced that before, where you could smoke around the swimming pool, which was, and I mean, where they were smoking was basically right there where the ice cream was.
Okay.
That ice cream station was right there.
Yeah, because it was off right behind it.
Right. So I mean, it didn't bother us, but it was, I mean,
we're not smokers though.
If that's what you do, I mean, I'm sure you're all for that, you know, because there was another one. I think it was outside Bolero's, outside, you know, the railing, walking around the ship. That I think there was a smoking area down there too. But if you're a smoker, this was definitely the ship for you, because you ain't have to go very far.
Right. It's small anyway, and then you still don't have to go very far.
Yeah, no, you weren't oodled in a corner like you are on Carnival, other than the casino, of course. But that might be why that bar is so popular than the Bolero's, because I mean, smokers could just walk around the corner in the casino and do their thing. I just don't know. I don't know. Because you could go outside there too. So, but that was kind of cool. I mean,
has Majesty of the Seas been redone recently?
I do not know. I don't.
Maybe it's time to revamp that.
Maybe, because you know they don't have a whole lot for small kids. They had a little small slide area and you know, water park kind of thing.
Yeah, a little game room,
splash pad, I guess you would say. Yeah, and they had a big screen, a belly flop contest, and they had things like that. But there wasn't a whole lot for little kids to do. There wasn't a putt-putt golf. There was a basketball, rock climbing, of the arcade, ping pong, shuffleboard. I guess that was it.
Yeah, and then there was the guest entertainment.
Well, yeah.
The dancing cowboy from New Orleans. I don't know if any of you guys know him, but he was on our cruise, and
yeah, Joe Lee was out there. I don't know. You can look him up. He was there.
Yeah, go look him up. Joe Lee, the dancing cowboy.
Yeah, he's a hoot.
He was there.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
All of him.
Yeah. So just go check him out. But
I have some video of that, but he wouldn't let me post it. So.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't adult friendly, let alone kid friendly. So let's just get away from Joe Lee. But there wasn't a lot of young kids on there. There was a kids area on the ship, and there was
they had the day camps and stuff like that, just like Carnival does.
I was trying to think of not the Guy's Burger, but they had burgers, and they had a lot of stuff that was geared toward children on the buffet. I know they had chicken nuggets one time. They had burgers, the hot dogs, and fries, and pizza. Of course, at Sorrento's. But if you had kids, it would be a great ship, because they ain't going far, because it wasn't very big.
Yeah, that's
and I say it wasn't very big. Well, this is a ship we are talking about. I mean, it ain't like, you know, it's right around the corner. I mean, it's a good walk. But
I enjoyed the small ship, though.
I think I did too. And it wasn't a party crowd. It was a little older crowd, I would say. Even though, you know, we're middle-aged, I guess you'd say. But most of them were older than us. But the ship, it didn't seem crowded until we got off the ship, I don't think. And I mean, I was cool with it. But is there any other areas that you can think of?
I don't think so. We did hit Rocky Waters. I don't know if we talked about that the first time, but on our way leaving Key West, we hit some on the last day. Really, really rocky waters. That ship was rocking. I mean, like they had barf bags all over the place, and I mean, there was times you had to hold the rail to walk. It was really rocking. That's when we went to Johnny Rockets. Right,
that night and that next morning, actually.
Yeah.
I remember walking through the buffet that morning, and then you would slow up. It was almost like walking up and downhill, even though, you know.
Well, those rocky waters caused a delay. So, piece of advice: do not schedule your flight right after you are planning on getting off the ship. I mean, make sure it's either you do a red eye that night or just do it the next morning, because these people, their last day, their last sea day, none of them got to enjoy it at all.
That night, that evening to that night, when they found out there was going to be a delay, the ones who haven't booked travel through Carnival.
No, Royal.
Royal, I mean, yeah, Royal. Through the ship. So those that had not booked, I know one girl said she was losing, what, $1,800, $2,000? They was losing money because they fixed to
and there was a line for guest services for days. I mean, it was ridiculous. So we were supposed to be back at what time?
7 o'clock that morning. 6 or 7
We were supposed to be back in New Orleans at
6 or 7, get off at 8 is what it was supposed to be.
And we got back at 1 or 2.
1 or 2. We didn't get off
able to get off till 3 or 4.
Yeah, it was well after.
Because we
usually don't eat dinner on the ship. But hardly ever.
We ate breakfast and lunch.
Well, we ate breakfast and lunch. I should have went on and started drinking again, but I didn't.
Yeah. They actually wanted you out of your room by 12, which didn't happen. No. We were on the 4th floor, which was the floor that you got on and got off. And the line literally was, it was backed up to our door in our cabin, so we were able to just sit in our cabin. And I think that's how I knew that all the other rooms were small, because I was able to see everybody else's room because they had their doors open. And people were on top of each other. I mean,
they really were. There was no organization to this at all. It was basically, they said we were there and they're opening the doors and everybody ran to it.
It was insanity.
When they finally got out of our hall, we were just kind of checking the hall and we realized they weren't there anymore. We were like, oh, I guess we can go. Because we always take our luggage off. I mean, you know, we don't carry much. We carry enough, but we don't.
Yeah, but we still take it off because it's just quicker to get to the car.
It's just quicker to get to the car. But we walked around that corner. It was, woo. It was like somebody opened up the cattle gates and there they all herded what, the herd was. And it was bad. I should have went back to the room.
People's patience was very thin.
It really was.
I mean,
people trying to come up the stairs, down the stairs, off the elevators, into no room.
This one area, was no room. Yeah.
And it was bad. There was no organization.
It was really, really bad. That's the worst I've ever experienced. I'm sure this was a one-time isolated incident. I'm sure.
Or maybe it's just because it was late.
Yeah, well, of course, that's what it was. I mean, people were lining up then, but it was just like, I don't know. I think that somebody should have taken charge at some point, but they didn't. So anyway, it was a mess. And then when we got back, we told you earlier, we normally park at the port. Always park at the port, but they were doing construction. Somehow or another, we ended up at one of the pay-to-park places where they shuttle you over to the port and shuttle you back. Well, we got off the ship. Then I went out the wrong door.
When we came down the escalator, we didn't have to do customs again because we had done that in Key West.
Right, that was nice.
So, you didn't have to go back through customs because you had already done that one, because Key West was the last stop, which I'm sure it probably is on most ships. Right. But anyway, we go down the escalator.
Nobody's down there really.
No, not really telling you. And we go down and we know the door that we came in, from the shuttle, and we saw the van right outside.
Yeah, so we went out that door.
So we went out that door. Well, there was another door in front, by the front of the van, and that's where everybody was lined up. But Teresa just kind of bless her old suitcase right there to the back. Old boy grabbed it. We get on the van and.
But apparently those people, because our sister-in-law and brother-in-law and sister-in-law were with us, and my sister-in-law and brother-in-law. Anyway, they went the other door, and she said they had to wait an hour or better to get on the shuttle. And anyways, but then when we got to the actual parking area. There was no organization there either. It was like, get your stuff, get off my shuttle, and I need one person to go get the car. So I had to sit out there with the luggage while he went and got the vehicle. There was nowhere to park. He literally parked in the middle of the road.
I did.
And I see him like across the way in one of the little median areas.
Yeah. I just ran over to her, grabbed our luggage, threw it in the bag, and said, come on.
So we got out okay, but all those other people, and I mean, if you're old or you have kids or whatever, that would have been a nightmare.
Park at the port if you got any age on you whatsoever.
But
or
overall,
mobility issues. Yeah. But
I know it seems like we're kind of down in Royal a little bit, but we really, really had a good time. I mean, we really did.
Yeah, it doesn't really have anything to do with Royal as far as the port situation. I don't think that's just the New Orleans port area. You know, but usually, normally it's good.
Yeah, we've never had any problems with our port. I mean, it's always in, out. I mean, last time we were in the car by 7:30. Right. I mean, it's always been no problem. Yeah. So I don't know if this particular thing was a Royal situation. Right. Not. Like I said, there was nobody down there to tell you where to go, to guide you. It was just a hot mess.
And I'd just like to say that we're not normally rule breakers like that. You know, but sometimes...
I'm kind of glad we did, though.
It pays off. Sometimes it pays off and go through the wrong door. I'm just saying. So I guess that's basically it. Overall view, I'm going to tell you, the buffet on this Royal ship,
thumbs up.
Hands down better. It's some of the best buffet I've ever ate. I'm gonna be honest. And that goes for anywhere. I mean, it had a large variety, great food, never had a bad anything.
Everything was hot and fresh, and
yeah. If you had something bad, it's something you don't eat. I mean, it was prepared the way it was supposed to be prepared. The drinks on Royal,
strong.
I mean, they're strong. They're strong liquor drinks. They're liquid drinks. There's not a lot of frozen drinks. They'll make you a frozen drink. But as far as their forte, it's a good old cocktail. I'll just say it that way. Cocktail are great. But
again, unlimited.
Yeah, and the unlimited, you can't beat that with a stick.
We never drink 15 drinks though.
Yeah.
We don't. I don't know. Yeah. He might. Yeah. With a beer or two, but
she don't know. See, because I go get drinks and have her card with me. She don't know how many I get.
Yeah.
But anyway,
he's a big talker.
Yeah, I am really. The entertainment. We don't usually go for the entertainment. I mean, we like it. We do like to go to a comedy show, and we like. On Carnival, we like the Ocean Plaza, you know, the bands and all those type of things. And there wasn't a whole lot of that on this ship. But as far as that kind of stuff goes, it was good. What we had, the piano guy was all right. I mean, he was good at what he done.
Yeah, he was good.
The little guitar player, the Asian guy that played the guitar, he was really good at what he done. And they were good at what they did. The comedians weren't that great. The girl was better than the guy, but neither one of them were just floored me. I normally would remember their name.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, so and so, but not really. The girl that sang, I thought that was cool. But as far as a production show,
I didn't see any.
There wasn't one.
And we could have missed it, but yeah, there was no production like what Carnival
I don't remember one. And I don't know if it was because it was the Super Bowl and they were taking up, those all that time. But I don't know. But I really don't.
So anyway, guys, just get out there and cruise. We like them all.
Yeah, let me say, this wasn't no bad cruise by any means. I mean, we had great weather, except for the last little bit. We had great food. We had great drinks. We had things to look at, things to talk about. We gambled. And we done what we normally do on a cruise, which is just have us a good old time.
The beds were comfortable.
Beds were comfortable.
I know we're at the end of the... Yeah. We already talked about the getting off the ship, and now I'm going back to the bed. The beds were comfortable. I thought they were way more comfortable than Carnival.
And the room temperature. That was great.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest, it was a lot better than Carnival. It was. Because Carnival is usually a little warm for me. And, it was nice.
Yeah.
It was cool.
So anyway, guys, thank y'all for watching.